I need an IV. Take me down to the urgent care. Like I am down bad.
What the
F? What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Jay, and welcome to What the F with Jay, a limited series that I literally pulled out of my but I just really wanted to reflect over the past year I had and not only inspire myself, but hopefully inspire you. This is going to be covering a bunch of different topics over the span of however many videos, and this is going to be the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's get into it. Last year, I made the decision to stop drinking. And oddly enough, this was the easiest decision or transition for me to go through. My personality and my definition of fun had become intertwined with drinking. I had to go through a couple of experiences to realize that, but ultimately I realized I didn't like it. I was forced to really look inward after my breakup. That was really something that like rewired my brain, right? Like I spent this however long with this person and it was a roller coaster. The trauma that it had caused and truthfully my ability to love again. I was just like constantly in my head, was I good enough? Did people care about the things that I had to say? Was I asking for too much? Do I take up too much space? Like it was insane just realizing the impact that going through a situation like that can have on you and the after effects of how you just like perceive yourself. After I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put me first. What I didn't know was that this was going to be the beginning of what would change my relationship with alcohol forever. I was just constantly being perceived negatively and or incorrectly in and outside of work. And a lot of the situations that I was in, I wasn't given grace in my personal opinion. So it really just put me in a place of isolation, to be honest. So I was doing things more by myself, which did bring me happiness. But, you know, I also didn't have to worry about like how was I being digested. And that removed a lot of my stress and frustration at the time. I really made Jay being happy my priority. But in that priority, I was drinking more. So any small convenience, let me go grab a drink. Child, treat yourself. Okay, this is self-care. Like what you're doing right now is self-care because that's what I labeled it as. And I quickly found out that it wasn't. I was depressed more. My anxiety was something that I wasn't able to manage. I felt not worthy. I had so much self-doubt. And honestly, I felt like just existing was an annoyance to others. Like me just being me was a problem. So honestly, through all that, I found myself lit, alone, at a bar. And not to mention, drinking made me feel like absolute shit. Like hungovers no longer felt like hangovers. I need an IV. Take me down to the urgent care. Like I am down bad. It was taking me like a day and some change to really like get my life together. I really had to sit down and be like, okay, you're continuously being put in these off-putting situations. So why is that happening? And out of everything that happened and the experiences and my evaluations and reflecting, all the results came to the common denominator of liquor. If you think about it, I was aligning myself with something that fuels those things. Like drinking does skew your judgment. It fuels emotions. It makes you honestly see things that probably wasn't even there, pick up energies that wasn't even there, just perceive things incorrectly. So it's like I'm aligning myself with that. And ultimately it's putting me in situations that are fueling the being misunderstood and the perception of me. Like, wow, who would have thunk? Like, ding, ding, ding. So ultimately, I started what was a 30-day cleanse. So I started that basically at the end of October going into November. And through those 30 days, like, you know, I did have temptation. Like there was moments of just like, damn, I can hang a little drink, hold on. But then I had to just like remind myself why I made that decision in the first place. And then that turned into even the thought of it making my stomach hurt, like feeling sick, feeling nauseous. Like I remember I was with my mom in Fort Lauderdale for her birthday and we were on an elevator. There was this picture of a margarita. Seeing it, I could taste it. And I was like it looked bad. Like I was just like, oh my God, this is gross. Like, and then that turned into like really seeing the downside of like nightlife and how dark that could be. And like being in a room and just seeing people just be like mindless. Like it was just like, oh my God, was that me? And it was just like, realistically, it just looked like we're all masking our true issues, and that was an excuse for us to not actually have to deal with it. And that was the biggest thing that I learned. It was just like, I am not dealing with it. It was like I was still going to therapy and stuff like that, but it was numbing me being able to feel fully. So here we are, almost a year later, and we're still alcohol free. The biggest thing that I learned is that my light is still bright without it. I still want to experience life in many ways. I'm still fun. I still want to dance. I still want to do my 1-2-1-2. But now it just doesn't come with regret when I wake up the next morning. And it's not something that is a requirement to have fun, even if I have a bad day. And that has been the biggest relief out of this entire journey. So yeah, welcome to the first installment of What the F with Jay.